every year in the summer league, there's some players that shine and end up being shit in the regular season. On today's episode, we're going to look at a few players that have had really big performances so far in the summer league and ask ourselves, is it real? Is it something we can trust? We're also going to talk about the Bucks GM feeling like they've done everything possible to keep Giannis Antetokounmpo, and will they be successful there? We're going to talk about all that and more on today's NBA Central.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
What's going on, basketball fans? Welcome to another episode of NBA Central, your number one spot for everything basketball related. We got Steve-O, C-Dub, Big Kev, myself, Hayes, in the building today. Fellas, got a few topics to get into today. Bronny James, Hansen Yang, Kyle Filipowski. These are three players, not the only three. There have been some others that had some big performances, but these are three players that I think in a lot of different ways have surprised some people in the way that they performed in the preseason. Bronny James, who very raw last season, definitely already looks like he's grown and developed some at the summer league play. Hansen Yang, a rookie with the Portland Trailblazers, has been absolutely killing it. People are calling him Baby Joker. And then, of course, Kyle Filipowski. He finished the season last year pretty strong in the regular season. He's definitely picked up on that here in summer league so far. I'm gonna throw to you guys on this one. Who wants to take away first? Out of these performances so far, whose run do you believe in the most?
I guess I'll go. First, I want to throw some shots out to Bronny. He's night and day than what he was last year. I can see that he's been working a lot on this game, shooting and getting to the basket and dribbling the basketball. He has got night and day better. Kyle Filipowski, he is a modern day big. He can shoot it. He can play defense. He can handle it. He can play make. He can make passes. I just see a roadblock in hit on the roster, and Yusuf Nurkic and Walker Kessler. It's gonna be hard for him to get on the floor a lot of times.
Filipowski's a power forward / small forward, though.
They got him listed as a center. They got
I don't think he didn't play very many center minutes last year, so I wouldn't get too caught up on that. But go ahead.
Okay, Hansen Yang at 7'1". This dude right here is the truth. I'm telling you. I know he's super young at 20 years of age. Last year, he played in the Chinese Basketball Association, where he won Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year. He can do a lot of the things that Joker can do. You can get him right there at that high post, and he is dangerous. He can make all those passes. He can shoot the three very efficiently. He can finish around the basket very violently, to be in fact. And just he sticks off the floor. When you watch the game, he's the one that sticks out in the game. I think this kid has a very big future. He does have some work to do with this game, maybe endurance and stuff like that. He got to get used to the speed of the NBA. But this kid, I think I'm more impressed with what he did in the summer league, and he got a very good future in this NBA. Hey, this is the third Chinese player to get drafted in the first round. The last one being Yi Leon, and you know the other one. So I don't even got to say that, but I'm going with Hansen Yang.
And then if you want, it's Yang Hansen, because they say it backwards in China. But I've been impressed with the young guy as well. He's showing us, everybody's giving him Jokic comparisons. I think he needs to rebound a little bit better to get to that level. But it's going to create issues for Portland if he continues to be this good. Like, Portland got a bunch of veterans on their squad. They got rid of DeAndre Ayton, but they still got Jeremy Grant over there and so on and so forth. Those guys are going to be trying to stay in front of this kid, because this kid looks happy. Did you see him when he got drafted? He was very Asian with it. Like, oh, I'm going to cherish every moment. I'm going to fight for every minute. You got to love it. But it's a couple of people that surprised me in the summer league as far as young people. Filipowski being one of them. Drew Timme, I'm high on him. I liked him in college. Before we get to my pick of who I think is going to be for real, I'm happy to see Reed Shepherd balling out again in the summer league. Hopefully he can get some minutes out there in Houston with the changes that they've made, but he's averaging 23 points. But I think Kyle Filipowski is the one that's going to be the real deal. We know what he did at Duke. He was solid at Duke. He didn't really do too well. This is going into his third year or his second year?
The second year.
So going into his second year at Utah, you look at the roster, Walker Kessler, Lauri Markkanen, those are your bigs. And then you also got Yusef Nurkic. Yusef Nurkic plays what 40 games a year. I'm not really thinking about him. If Lauri Markkanen is healthy, that's the thing. And then I think Walker Kessler is probably still on the trading block. Like they've been trying to get rid of him. And from what I've been hearing over the last few months, they've been trying to get rid of this kid, so he might not even be on the roster. Kyle Filipowski is going to get some tick. Utah's not going to be that good again, so he's going to get some tick. And I feel like this might be him showing that he's worth the lottery pick that he was last season, and he should earn some more minutes, earn some more plays drawn up for him. Now I know it's a summer league; we can kind of overblow it a little bit, i.e., what we talked about in the pre-draft. We had a couple of players on the Bulls, whether it was Denzel Valentine, what was y'all calling him? The guy that was the guy that didn't make it to he didn't get to this 10th year contract, so he was trying to get all this money. He was trying to get.
See, there you go, getting sidetracked. Tony Snell ain't got nothing to do with what we're talking about.
He played really well in the summer league. Is the point that I'm making? Tony Snell. But Filipowski's not going to be that. I believe that he's going to take a step forward in his second year for Utah, and he's going to have an opportunity to do so. And so will Bronny James. We mentioned him in the opening. Bronny James is going to earn his minutes by playing defense, and he said that he wants to go out there and play defense. We saw him play Cooper Flagg in that first game they saw each other. He bodied him up a little bit, even though Cooper Flagg hit the jumper over him. But he plays strong defense. That's when Bronny James is going to make his bones. He looks like a much more confident player, though. He's taking shots that he passed up on last summer league, not just in the regular season, but in the summer league too. So I think he's going to take a step forward this year as well.
Yeah, everything y'all echoed. The dude out of Portland, he's this new big. That's like Derek Queen. That's like Danny Wolf. Danny Wolf is also a guy that's been hooping out there in Brooklyn, well, for Brooklyn, I should say. But it's this new breed where they can play make, got a handle, can post up, can do all the things, stretch the floor. That's the new big nowadays. So it's a good thing to have. Yeah, they got a lot of bigs down there in Portland that's in their rotation, but they also just lost Ayton. So it's a good predicament to have. Yeah, you're gonna have to find some time for him, but with him being young, it's a project piece. So it's good to have. Like you said, I think Filipowski is the guy that's probably gonna be the guy that will see. Not only will we see probably end up being the guy out of this bunch, but we'll also see the most production and I say in the near future, because like you said, the team is bad, therefore he's gonna get a lot of minutes being played. And especially we don't know what this team can look like. We don't know how they feeling. They could trade some people. It is some pieces on this team they willing to trade. Hell, they just got rid of Colin Sexton. So there's a lot of things they could do with that team. So he's the guy that I'm expecting to jump out with it. But when it comes to Bronny, I mean, I think this just goes to say, like, this is why I wanted to go to college. Like, everything he learned now is why he could have learned at college, and he could have came in, had a legitimate higher draft stock, and I could see him, especially with the confidence he has now, the stuff he's added to his game, the defense that he's gained, even now being in the league, he would have been easily a mid first rounder easily. So, but he did it his own way. So my thing is, he's still in an organization where he's gonna have to beat somebody when it comes to minutes. And at the end of the day, it's a lot of guards in that rotation. Yeah, he can win it with defense, but there's still a lot of guards in that rotation. So that's just a tough hill to climb for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think all these guys are gonna have their own respective hills. I look at Hansen Yang as the guy. Like, I get it. They do have Donovan Clingan, who they drafted last year as well, and they have Robert Williams still there. But I don't think Robert Williams factored into the long-term plans either. Kyle Filipowski, though, is the one that he finished last season averaging 15 points per game over the final 2 months of the season, had some 20-point, 30-point game in there, several 15, 18-point games. And so while he is going to be behind Walker Kessler and Lauri Markkanen, who the Jazz just recently came out and said that they aren't going to be trading, I think that's a ploy to make teams wait until the trade deadline. I think even though Filipowski was a second-round pick, I think he was picked 32nd overall in the draft. So right at the beginning of that second round.
He was also projected to be a first-round pick, too.
Oh, yeah, he was definitely projected to be a first-round pick. And they picked him up late. But I think that because of that, he's the guy that I bet on the most. Not to say the other guys haven't had, and Bronny James and Yang haven't had really good summer leagues. They have, but I think when you look at picking up on the momentum that it left off with, Kyle Filipowski can do that. Now, the thing we know with the Jazz have their first round pick is top 8 protected, so they ain't gonna be doing too much winning, and if they are, they're gonna definitely trade somebody. But I pick Filipowski as the one that I believe the most, just because he did the most also in the NBA out of these 3 guys so far.
Mm-hmm.
And like the last thing you just said, if somebody gonna go, it's gonna be the guy that's in his possession, and that's Larry.
Yeah,
So he's
or if it's
Walker.
Kessler, yeah,
or Kuska. So so regardless, he gonna get minutes regardless.
yeah. But I think all 3 of these guys, especially like Yang Hansen, like he like that modern day big that is just big as hell, can pass, can shoot. He doesn't move too fast, but he doesn't have to because he's so deliberate and intentional how he moves. Like
And
I
he's
would not be
smart.
surprised if he has a great rookie year. But it just comes down to those minutes. They're still very high on Donovan Clingan. Do you guys think Clingan and Yang can play together at all?
No, I do not think they can play together. No,
Why
Yeah,
would they be able to? Because
I think
I
they
don't think
can
so.
they play differently from the same position, but differently.
because what's his name? Yang. I don't want to say it wrong. It's
Yeah, yeah.
Yang Hansen.
Yang Hansen, because he's able to play off the ball and
Exactly.
on the ball, and he's able to stretch the floor. It's not going to clog the paint. Now, if they was both clogging the paint, you could twin tower it now.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I
it's
think-
kind of like with Drummond and Vooch out here in Chicago when they did the Twin Tower approach with them. You allowed Vooch to still play on the perimeter and Drummond to go down there and bang. We begged the Bulls to do that for a long time, and when they finally did it, they saw some success. So like I feel like it doesn't have to be massive minutes with them on the court, but you got to see what you have with 2 young bigs out there and see what they could do.
How many minutes you guys think y'all want to play them together? You want to start them together and let them play
15.
like 25,
No,
20,
not
15,
not
25 minutes?
25.
You know, as teams in the NBA average 120 something points per game, the pace is crazy. You are not going to win a lot of games with those 2 big, slow Goliaths on the court at the same time.
Hey,
But you've seen it though, Dub. Over the last couple of seasons, you've seen teams put the goal with
Like
the
who?
2 bigs out there. We just mentioned it with the Bulls with Drummond and Vucevic. You've seen them do it. They did it. You
Yeah,
called
but
the Bulls game.
that was one of our worst lineups when they were out there on the court together. I don't know if that's the best example you want to go to.
And the
now.
teams do it, and you could do it for a few minutes. Grab some boards, slow some teams down. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying you got to go out there and start them
the
for 30
last
minutes a
time,
game.
the last time we seen it, it was really Lakers when they won a championship.
Well, those type of, I mean, we see double big lineups all the time, like the OKC Thunder with Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein.
We
But
did
those
that
are
too.
those like one of those guys is more mobile, right? So
A
like,
mobile guy.
Chet.
yeah,
Yeah, Chet
I
is a
mean,
mobile
Chet is
guy.
also mobile because he gets moved around the post too. But we're not here to throw any shots today. I'm gonna shut up, because Chet just got paid, so you can tell me to give me 280 million reasons to shut the fuck up.
Oh,
So I'm just gonna be quiet.
That's still crazy to me.
But yeah, so those 3 guys have definitely performed well in Summer League. We'll see how they go. Let's move on. One of the things this offseason has been the Milwaukee Bucks wanting to do things to keep Giannis in town, as he even recently was interviewed and said they'll take a we'll see approach. But the Milwaukee Bucks president was actually interviewed in Summer League, and he said that he feels the team has done everything possible to keep Giannis Antetokounmpo in Milwaukee. Now, of course, many people will remember that they waive and stretch Dame Lillard, the biggest contract to ever be waived and stretched. They used that then to turn around and sign Miles Turner. And then that same day, they went out and made a lot of acquisitions as far as role players. They re-signed Bobby Portis to keep him in town as well. They brought they re-signed Gary Trent Jr. Kevin Porter Jr. also got re-signed there as well. AJ Green, Andre Jackson. But these are solid moves. But is that enough? Do you guys think the Bucks have really done enough to keep Giannis Antetokounmpo happy in
I
Milwaukee?
mean, they brought in Cole Anthony, Gary.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Harris,
about Hairline himself.
Gary Harris. They kept Kyle Kuzma. You know, I feel like they think that by just doing stuff, like okay, at least we trying, that's gonna keep Giannis in town. But I don't feel like they did enough. Like not really. Like you built around him literally all role players. like who's gonna be the Rashard Lewis of this team for when Dwight Howard was able to carry the Orlando Magic to the finals? You had what's his name as well, the point guard from Orlando there as well that year. But I don't know. I just don't see it. Like, is there enough shooting? Kyle Kuzma's not it. Cole Anthony's not it. I just don't see it. Like, I think this is just wishful thinking from the general manager. You want to keep your star in town. Milwaukee's one of those teams that's kind of like a small market that can get big market money just based on having a star like Giannis. But I feel like Giannis might be more than just 1 foot out the door. He's really considering his options for real. And that general manager saying everything he can in a Keith Sweat type of way, beg and please, don't leave, don't go, I need you to stay here type situation. I just don't see it, though. I don't see them having done enough. Last season, you can say this, when they brought in Dame Lillard, then yeah, like you brought in another star. But they didn't bring in another star. Like, you really got a team and you lost Brook Lopez as well in the process. Like, you just have a team full of role players surrounded by one big star. I just don't see it being enough.
Yeah, at the end of the day, a long time ago, you should have been preparing your mind and heart that you got to prepare a package for your future. At the end of the day, you gonna have to do what you did to get them. You're going to have to go get some draft. You're going to have to draft somebody, and he's going to have to turn out to be your franchise guy. That's just the cold, hard truth, especially when it comes to teams like Milwaukee. You got a guy, he got you a championship. You did some weird shit that you possibly could have did to Savage and possibly give him a better team, but you know, if they could turn back to his time, they could. But at the end of the day, I just feel like the writing's on the wall when it comes to this. You're gonna have to trade them. So at the end of the day, be trying to get as many picks as you can, so you can get as many tries as you can, because that's the only way you're gonna get this or try to get this ever again. Because that's the only way I see it. You gonna have to draft somebody.
That's gonna be difficult with what they got as far as draft capital. Go ahead, Dub.
Yeah.
I've been scrolling up and down on this roster, trying to answer this question from Drip. And I'm like, this general manager, bro, he knows this roster isn't up to par. So when he says, we've done enough, he said this is all we gonna do. Because I feel like this is a move, like we moving on for the future from Giannis, because this is not acceptable. Giannis is looking to win championships. What do we got on this damn team that's good? Okay, Bobby Portis, Miles Turner, then that's it. What else?
I get what you're coming from. I don't disagree, but one could say that when they won the title, they had a bunch of role players surrounding Giannis.
But they had
They
Chris
had better role
Middleton.
players.
They had Chris Middleton and Brook
And a
Lopez.
much
Chris
Brook
Middleton,
Lopez.
yeah.
Yes, he was
Chris
a
Middleton
demon in that
40,
championship.
He put up 40
year.
in the finals in one of them games.
I
He
just
put up
think
a 40 piece. Kyle Kuzma not dropping no 40 piece.
Kyle Kuzma can drop 40.
I think
in the
Kyle
finals?
Kuzma's dropped 40 before.
He could
In
drop
the
40.
finals.
You know, he could.
I mean, in that point, I don't think many people would have said that Chris Middleton could drop 40 in the finals before he did it too. It really just comes down to situation.
Yeah, so I just think he knows basketball, the GM. He's getting paid to make a basketball team. He look at this roster, and he can't say this is good enough for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, he didn't say that it was good enough. He said they did everything possible. I think that word is very intentional, right?
Yeah.
That's just saying, hey, we did all the fuck we could. It's not saying we did amazing. It was saying this is what we got.
Okay, Drew, what Giannis saying after he tell Giannis that? What'd he say? That's all
We'll see.
What?
That's what he already said is we'll see.
That's how you can do.
That's it.
Listen, I get it. And while Giannis isn't asking for a trade now, and I do think Giannis has loyalty to the Bucks as he should, that's a franchise that drafted him, I could completely see, depending on where the Bucks are by trade deadline, Giannis is going to be looking at the GM like,
Bro, what?
I told you I wasn't fucking around.
Bro,
Make a decision.
Get rid of me.
bro, do you see anybody with a spark that can be good, like a young player for the future?
But that's the thing. They can't focus on the future. They need to win now. So, no, you're not going to find any young players for the future because if they did that, that would have been probably increased the chance that motherfucker get Giannis is up out of there. But even then, it's like, don't get me wrong. I think they've made solid moves. But for example, the Nuggets this offseason, outside of the Cam Johnson trade, added a bunch of role players. But because Giannis is not Giannis, because Jokic is Jokic, and you already are adding that to Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon, and you've already seen that core do something, it's looked at as more favorable, right?
Absolutely.
The Milwaukee Bucks, you completely revamped this roster from what it was 2 years ago to now. Yep. And what you've revamped this with, it's solid in the Eastern Conference, but this is in no way getting you anywhere close to the finals.
Not even a sniff.
Unless Giannis goes Super Saiyan. And we're talking about him averaging 40 next season.
Which he almost did.
Would that be enough? That ain't even enough.
Yeah, he almost did that last season. What he averaged? 34?
30.4.
Do you see any of you guys seeing like Giannis and Miles Turner working? Like, is that?
I think
y'all
those
see
two are
that
going to work
easily?
well. I think they're going to work very well together.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, because all he gonna do is stand and wait for the kick out.
Miles Turner.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. We gonna see.
Sitting back and watching that. I don't know if that's easily gonna slide in and work perfectly.
I'm not as high on Miles Turner as other people are. I think as a rim protector, he's solid, but from an offensive standpoint, I think he's more up and down. So like I don't know how consistent he can be with like a true number one star in front of him because he didn't really have that in Indiana. Indiana was filled with team players that were like, okay, tonight is gonna be this player, tomorrow's gonna be that player. Giannis is the man every night. Where does Turner fit in there? I don't know if he can step in and be that true number two in Milwaukee to the point where he's going to put up 20 plus points a game.
I like that, Kev, but I would say that Tyrese was the number one in Indiana.
Yeah, Tyrese is the number one,
and I think he always been playing like the second guy, like the Scottie.
Tyrese is the number one. But he's not a number one like Giannis is, whereas Giannis is giving you 30 plus points
I see what you're
every
saying.
single
That's
night.
why I said I like it.
We shall see, man. We shall see. But I agree with you guys. If this is it,
it ain't looking good.
It ain't looking too good. It ain't looking too good. But hey, I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. Last time before we get up out of here, fellas, LeBron, the Lakers. There's been so much over the last like week and a half that's come out. First, LeBron, talked about that he feels like the Lakers in getting Luka in there, that just some of the ways that they did some things weren't necessarily the best and above board. Then we got that Rob Pelinka who was meeting with Luka and his agent, and he had a big binder that used to do what he used to do with LeBron, and they've kind of moved on from that. Even so much so that we heard that the Lakers are looking for a more age-appropriate star to pair with Luka Doncic. Everything seems like this is just heading to a divorce. What we heard today is that LeBron and the Lakers haven't had buyout talks, or he hasn't asked for a trade, and they may just see this out throughout the end of the season. But how are you guys feeling about this whole situation with LeBron and the Lakers?
I'm a cut to the chase with this, and also add LeBron went to a Cleveland Cavalier like workout or something like that. Like just
I feel you.
Yeah. I think LeBron to play the first half of the season with the Lakers. I think they want to see how good they can be in the first half of the season. But if they're not good, if they're not like at the top of the West, and that's not likely for me, look for LeBron to be in some type of trade for me. He already got 4 suitors reportedly that was looking for his services. You will not be able to trade LeBron James. I think the Los Angeles Lakers should be looking forward to the future. You cannot keep wasting Luka Doncic's young years while he still have it. He's still on the precipice. He almost touching 30, 25, 26. So you better get the best of him while you could. I will try it out for one half of the season. If it ain't working out, let's go start with the future, bro.
I try to do it before the season. Why not let it be Luka's team? You about to be in a situation with what it is always with LeBron. Who's going to be the one? Who's going to be the guy? Is it going to be Luka? Is it going to be LeBron? Who's going to take the last shot? Who's going to have the ball in their hands? It's going to be that way all the way up until LeBron is not on this team. It needs to be Luka's team. That's why you trade for him. That's why you trade your best defensive player for him. That's just how I feel about it. And the reality is, it's going to be Bron and Bronny that's going to get traded. LeBron is not going to be playing on a team that his son is not going to be on. So that's part of it. What team is going to be willing to take both of those guys? But yeah, if they could get it done before the season, I think that'd be wiser than trying to go into the season and see what happens there. But LeBron is an all-time great, so they might want to just go ahead and get one last year out of him. It's going to sell tickets regardless. It's going to put butts in the seats regardless. So come trade deadline, I'm right there with you, Dub. If it's not looking good, if these guys are so far behind in the West, and that's going to be tough to do because the West is always competitive. Even last year, they was 2 games out of third place or something like that, and this is how the West is. I think LeBron, it's his swan song. He might play one more year after this, maybe 2 if he's trying to hold out for Bryce. But at the end of the day, any team is going to line up to take LeBron on their team. But the Lakers got to get rid of him and try to get something in return and make this Lucas team 100%.
2 years too late. Shouldn't have gave him his last contract, but you're here now. Oh well. Get rid of it. It's over with. It's done. You should have when you traded AD, you should have traded his ass right along with him. But you here now. Hey, I quite honest with you. The Lakers don't listen to no damn body. They do what they want to fucking do. So do what you gonna do. I don't care if you want to bring him in, cause turmoil. You want to have a whole fucking
They got
media
new ownership
fiasco.
now, Steve-O.
Yeah, but her bus ass still in the mix, so it ain't completely different. So like some of the old bullshit still gonna be in the thing. So at the end of the day, the Lakers still gonna be the Lakers. They gonna make their own choices. So if you want to still have the cash cow, you still want to have the media talk, which is LeBron always gonna be as long as he's playing basketball. Do it. If you want to do the best thing that's for you for basketball, get this motherfucker out here before training camp starts.
Well, the thing is, LeBron has a no trade clause, and honestly, I don't think that LeBron's going to get traded, mainly because waiting to the offseason gives teams actually a chance to prepare to try to sign LeBron outright rather than give up assets to get him in and try to trade for a $52 million contract. So that's how I view this. Unless LeBron goes up to Rob Pelinka's office and says, yeah, get me up out of here, get me out of here now, I'm going to start smacking motherfuckers. I don't think there's really any chance of LeBron being traded. I guess it's going to be a storyline. Yeah. People are going to watch it because of the nature of the situation. But I think if I'm LeBron, like, why do I want, especially when you're clearly in the downslide of your career, you have way more career behind you than you do in front of you. Why go to a team when you can go to any team you want this offseason? Why put a chance of that team being weaker by having to trade for you when you could just wait to sign in the offseason?
That's a good point.
I got 2 questions for you, Drip. Mm-hmm. The first question is, how possible is it, do you think LeBron will go into the Lakers front office and say that, get me a trade?
I mean, if he were to do that, I think it would have already happened, to be honest with you.
Okay. And then the second question is, you look at this roster, they got a good roster to go and try to compete for something. They got a good chance to go and compete for an NBA championship.
Oh, yeah, they got 320
with LeBron, Luka, you got a new center and DeAndre Ayton.
And Austin Reeves.
You got Jared Vanderbilt, Austin Reeves, Markieff Morris, you got Shake Milton. I like this roster.
Yeah, but the problem is that when LeBron, Austin Reeves, and Luka were all on the court together, they were a net negative. Now they were a net negative, and that is a bit of a concern. But I don't disagree with you. Like, this roster is very solid. I wouldn't put them as a top 4 or 5 team in the Western Conference, but it is solid.
I wouldn't say Markieff Morris and Shake Milton do too much to move their needle, but.
It's roles in the NBA, bro. They could come out here and
Marquise' role is like the end of the bench at this point in his career.
Yeah,
at this point.
Leadership?
Yeah, you see
he's providing leadership, he's providing more than Javon Carter.
Y'all see he ready, he finna be on that ESPN seat. You see he already preparing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Markieff, I ain't even heard him talk. I ain't even heard his voice
yet.
Yet.
They both of them was on First Take a couple months ago.
Really? Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting season, man. I like how the Lakers got this little roster. They're a sneaky team, bro. If they can get hot, Luka, they say he's skinny Luka now. DeAndre Ayton, is he gonna be more mature this year? He's going to be great for Luca. It's going to be
She gonna
great
be
for
more
Luca.
mature.
We'll see.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll see. I'm not against it. I'm just saying, I'm just taking the we'll see approach when it comes to the Lakers.
Yeah,
You're gonna have
absolutely.
to.
Yeah. So, any last thoughts, fellas?
Yeah, this is nice, man. Watch out for my man Hansen Yang, bro. Hansen Yang, bro, got a lot of game, man. He jumped right out the page, bro. Jumped right off the page, bro.
I like Danny Wolf a little bit better, bro.
Danny Wolf a beast too. I like that.
I like.
I like Yang better.
Hey, I be looking at Queen. Like, man,
Yeah,
Queen,
Queen, man.
you
Yeah,
could have had him, bro.
I don't want to talk about it.
Could have had him in Chicago.
Did he get? I ain't watch him after the first game. He was struggling the first game. Is he getting better?
Yeah, it's his footwork. It's like the little things. Like he got the footwork, he got the ability
Smart.
to finish around the basket. His
Yeah.
IQ is definitely high. It's just the little things, the intangibles that he has that you just want that type of player on your
He
squad. But
just
again,
physically need to get better. That's it.
right. But it is the
Okay.
summer league though.
It's summer league.
But
It's summer league.
besides, man,
Last comment. It's a lot of players. It's a lot of young players playing well. That's what I'll say in the summer league.
Yeah.
It's a lot of young
Yeah.
players.
As there should be in the summer league. So
Mhm.
they've been really standing up. Summer league's been fun to watch. Preseason schedules are coming out across the league, so we're gonna have preseason basketball here in a couple of months. Yeah, we'll just see, man. It's been a fun offseason. It's been a crazy offseason.
It
We
has.
look at everything that's happened. It's been a very crazy offseason. But yeah. But anything left, Steve-O, Kev, before we get up out of here?
It's always a pleasure, gentlemen.
no.
Absolutely. You guys can follow us at NBA Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, NBA Central Show at gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, 773-270-2799 with the number one spot for everything basketball related. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.